In short, the technology has finally caught up to my stupidity. I certainly hope you enjoy looking at my knees and my arms, because that's about all you're going to see in this video. And that's okay, because the focus should be on our newest toy. Now, I'm not an early adopter when it comes to certain things, whether that's a CNC or really any mechanical thing connected to a computer, believe it or not, is not really my forte. So I have held off on buying anything like this, or a 3D printer, or any of that stuff. Honestly, just due to fear. Like, my brain's only so big. I can only know so much. I know my limitations. I didn't want to have to learn a whole new thing and be frustrated and all of that stuff. The reason I'm doing this video for you all is it's not that. It's like turnkey simple that even a monkey with opposable thumbs can enjoy within minutes of taking it out of the box. In short, the technology has finally caught up to my stupidity so that it's easy for me just to take this thing out of the box and start printing some amazing things. And I say printing, it's a laser cutter slash engraver. And we've got a couple of heads to look at, the one that comes with the unit, and then WAINLUX also sent me this one, which is meant, I guess, specifically for metals and plastics and things like that. Haven't even fired this one up yet. We'll see what that does. I've already just been blown away with what this can do on wood. It's very, very impressive. The cutting feature was a surprise, and I found that out by carving a minion into the floor, hardwood floor of my living room, because I didn't realize this actually cut as well as engraves. I've had this for about 2 months, and I've done a bunch of work with the laser that comes with it, doing things like this, or a little trial and error, keychains, and just little stuff. It's been a blast. And the fact that I could just plug it into power, plug it into USB to my laptop, open up software that literally anyone could use, and just start cutting within minutes of receiving it, I was really, really impressed. To start off, I'm going to do a little bit of work with wood, just to show you what I've gotten used to, and then we're going to go into some metals and things like that. So step one, this does not come with a base. They make all kinds of different bases for this, and they make enclosures to hold it and deal with the smoke, because you do get a little bit of smoke, not a lot, just a little bit of smoke off the wood. Because I'm cheap, I just took a piece of an old door and we mounted it to that, put some little rubber feet on the bottom of it to hold it steady, because it is very important that whatever you choose for a base, it doesn't move, it doesn't flex, because that focal distance is very, very important. This is just 1/4 inch plywood. It's got a nice, I think it looks like a birch as the top layer. We're just going to slide that guy right down in here. And in order to set the focal distance on the laser, and I'm moving this manually and you really aren't supposed to, but as long as you're gentle, I think it's fine. We're just going to turn this little guy here and then release our thumb screw, lock the thumb screw, and then twist the switch back up. And boom, your focal distance for that is set, assuming again that you're working on a level surface. We're gonna power it up with just one tap. It will go through a series of movements here to zero out its location. There we go. We are all zeroed out. Over on the software side, we're gonna go over and click to start creation, and you'll see our board right there. And all I need to do now is click and drag in any pictures that I would like to add. And I'm just going to click, drag, and drop it. And it's going to ask me, do I want to replace the white background with a transparent color? This is a great feature because it avoids you having to go into a second software program to make your graphic translucent. We then have it dropped in. You can see the plate in behind here is much smaller than the graphic, so you're just able to click and drag it to the size that you want. So we are going to go just right down here in this bottom corner with a trial and error logo. And then I can go back and I'm going to add this logo as a separate carving. Same thing, we're going to confirm and shrink that guy down to a little bit bigger, right about there. So since we're not using a full sheet of wood here, we just have a small piece. The concern would be, are these graphics laid out in this way too big for the workpiece? That you go into your preview button. In order to check that, you just hit preview. And when you hit preview, there's a little LED shining down on the piece of wood as to the outline perimeter of what you have set there. I have plenty of room, so I'm actually going to make this a little bit bigger since I've got room. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Let's go right to center line. Let me zoom this in a bit. Let's go there. And let's re-preview this and see if it still fits. Oh, plenty of room. We can go much, much bigger, actually. And I'm going to do that, because I want a big monkey. And preview. Perfect. So that almost takes up the whole piece of wood. Obviously we could keep playing with it to get it bigger if we wanted to, but we're not going to worry about that. So layer 1 right now, we can double click on and you'll be able to go in and adjust any of the stats. So what you really care about here is your speed, your travel speed, and the amount of power from a percentage standpoint in the laser. So we are currently set at 5,000 millimeters a minute and a power of 80%. That's basically what you're going to get something like this Gray Cat print. Now, what really makes these laser engravers special is the ability to not just engrave, but then cut out the workpiece, because that saves you a ton of time in finishing. You don't have to worry about the edges, you don't have to sand them, you don't have to cut them, you don't have to do anything. It's going to output a usable product without any additional labor. That's huge. So we're going to go into our shapes here. And for the monkey, we're just going to put a box around him. Like right about there. Oh, we gotta move our little dude. Actually, I'm gonna move our little guy over a little bit more. And now we're going to add a box around our logo. And on that line, we're going to go in and change those settings. So our travel speed, I'm going to drop down to 150, and we're going to boost our laser power up to 100, and that should be enough to cut completely through this wood. We'll do the same thing on the trial and error logo itself. We're going to switch back to this so that we can manipulate the logo. I'm actually going to make it smaller because I've decided I want to cut this into more of an oval shape. And we'll see how that goes. Yeah, something like that'll be cool. Since we did move some things around, I'm going to hit preview one more time. Okay, that's the bottom one. And let's preview the top. Yeah, everything looks good. So we are ready to start cutting. So I'm just going to go over, we'll hit the start key. And we are off to the races. So I'll bring the camera over closer so that you can watch this process. So then all you do is jump on Amazon You grab yourself 4 doll hairs and you buy a pack of these little 3M self-adhesive magnets. We're gonna stick them on the back and we're done. You know, obviously you guys all know that this bar is here just for decoration, but I've never used it. Well, that might have been a little overkill in the size, but it is cool. I like it. I mean, how cool is that? You can just crank out whatever the heck comes to your imagination. And you know what? That's really the deal with these things. They are flawless and they're only limited by, you know, what you can come up with for ideas. I got some oak here I'm gonna play with later, some pine and things like that, but you can really just burn it into anything. And even this table, I built this table many, many years ago. It's actually an old fence that was on the property here that I took down, and I thought the wood just looked really cool, so I made this table. Well, now I can just take this off the base and I can actually engrave my name into the table, or, you know, made by, or whatever you want. There's a bajillion different things you can do with this. But there's only one thing I want to do with it right now, and that's get into that metal etching. So we're gonna remove the old one, which is just as easy as that. Oh gosh, it got dirt. You can tell I've been using it. Look at the nozzle. Oh, it's like a powder. Sure, there's a right way and a wrong way to clean these, and I am certainly not doing it the right way. I probably just ruined that. Okay. Slide our new laser in, and this one has a little bit different idea around how it sets the distance. So this one has a nice little lever. So we're gonna put the lever down. We'll slide this guy in until it hits, and then let's grab a workpiece. This is ultra thin aluminum flashing. The biggest challenge I'm gonna have with this is finding a way to get it to lay flat. Because if it wavers at all, I got to imagine that's going to cause us some problems. However, if any metal is going to be cut by this thing, it would be something like that. So I'm very curious to see how it, or if it will cut. All right, let's plug our connector in. There we go, and we'll fire it up. All right, I'm just gonna, we'll do a quick preview. All right, it's nice and small. All right, here goes nothing. Oh, it is doing something. I can see a line. Ah. All right, so I see the line, but it definitely did not cut. So let's bring that speed down to 500. And let's try it again. Yeah, it's not cutting at all. Hey, while it's doing this, I had a thought. So I was using my plasma cutter. I wanted to cut out some stainless steel to see if we could do something with stainless steel. After seeing what it does with aluminum here, I'm not confident we're going to do anything more than just be able to etch on the surface of this. However, if I need to make a particular shape out of something heavy like this stainless steel, I can then go and just cut myself out whatever shape I want to use as a guide for my plasma cutting torch, and then just use that to follow around, and I can cut out a perfect plasma cut from really anything as far as steel goes, any thickness, just by using this as a guide for the plasma torch. So that is really, really cool. The other thing that's nice about this is in the software, it will show you how much time's passed as well as the percentage completion, so you can kind of do a little reverse math on that and see that this is going to take us about an hour. But that's okay, because I don't have to sit here and babysit. I can go walk away and do some other stuff. When I come back, I'll have a really cool badge. badge is done printing, which means I can finally attach a nameplate to this lamp I built many years ago. And there she is. I mean, that looks great. So that's on stainless. Really, really nice. Really finishes off the lamp. At least I think so. You may not think so, but like I always say, there's an ass for every seat. And my ass is liking this setup. I've already had to warn the wife that basically everything I've ever built in this house, which is a ton of stuff, is now going to have a proper label affixed to it since I can make them. So that is an initial that I drew on my touchscreen laptop, just signed my autograph, and then transferred. Had it out of aluminum. This is actually aluminum sheathing, so that very thin stuff you buy by the roll, so you get a ton of it for nothing. And made myself a nice little logo there. If we look at the back of these guys, right down the back here, I finally have been able to make myself a little logo, as well as the specs for the speakers. I really happen to think that's the cat's meow or the bee's knees. I'm very much enjoying playing around with this new toy. I know you saw a picture of this earlier in the video, but I wanted to share that with you too. Picked up a truck, and actually it's the only vehicle we now have that actually still has a set of keys to it, so I wanted a little keychain for it. And rather than spending 15 bucks to order one, you can just make your own and have it be whatever you want it to be. So I'm sitting here finishing up the editing on this video, and honestly, it sells itself. So hopefully I was able to demonstrate enough here in this video for you to be comfortable with it, but it really is as easy as you saw. You just drag and drop the images that you want. You're going to play with the settings a little bit, the power and the speed to get the image that you want out of it, but it is so easy to operate compared to what I thought they were. So it's unfortunately or fortunately opened up a whole new world to me of 3D printers and CNC machines and other things that I've always just kind of avoided because I just assumed it was too complicated for my stupid brain. But turns out these things are actually pretty fun and they're really easy to use. So with that, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, or criticisms, throw them down in the comment section below me. Otherwise, everyone, thanks for watching and have a great day.